Hi, Flosstube.
Greetings!
I'm Laura.
Hi, Joel.
Welcome to the Slovak Farm.
The wet farm. We've had over 5 inches of rain, according to my father-in-law's rain gauge, in 24 hours.
In less than 24 hours. Like 12 hours, because this is where we talk about our cross stitch.
Flosstube. Cross stitch.
We've had a lot of rain in less than 12 hours. It was fun driving to my parents' house and back today.
Yes, it was
And it's thundering
for
now.
me driving. Let's just say on the way back, one of the main streets of downtown Wellington, that I've never seen do this. She said the entire street was flooded.
Just after we got home, the community group from Wellington said that the underpass was starting to flood, so. And we drove through there maybe like 20 minutes prior to that.
It was starting to flood then too.
I think we made it through just before cars started stalling and it was flooding bad.
Yeah, like if it was legit a half inch deeper, I would have went to the bank and turned around.
You could have turned down the side street and gone.
I couldn't remember if it was still there, and that was one thing I knew was still there, so that's why I said it.
Okay.
For those wondering, yes, I did get 6 teeth yanked. I'm recovering.
It's like 4:15 at night, and it's like dark out. It's so. Yuck.
It's green out.
It's not green out. Trust me, if it were green out, we would not be sitting here filming Flosstube.
Okay, it's green when you combine the yellow from the lights.
Yes, with the way the lighting is, it looks green out, but it's not green out. Shall we rattle off the names of our fabulous?
Let me see. Bridget, Lynn, repeats. Andrea, repeats. Glenna. Hi!
We thank you all for your kind comments. And we appreciate them.
And thank you for the anniversary wishes.
And the anniversary wishes. Today's my brother's birthday. Because it's Monday, September 7th. I didn't say that. It's Labor Day here in the States. So hopefully you got a wonderful day off. If not, sorry.
Oh,
I'm surprised I don't have to work. To be honest, I'm surprised they don't make me work.
Because your customers don't have to work.
A lot of them do. Okay, let's talk about our whips.
Okay, this is where I press buttons.
Whips.
Ah, here I am. Okay, this is on Picture This Plus, Thunderstorm, 16 count. Ink Circles, Dragons of Sumatra.
Dragons of Sumatra.
It's starting to look like something. Finished this dragon thingy's feet, and I did these little bitsy bubs. There! Didn't get much done, but I do have an excuse. Me and my bug were both laid up for a little while. I think I did more sleeping than anything else. Angel's turn.
Thanks, darling. Okay. Daily 30, we were in Mayberry this week. Daily 30 is a closed group. You can't join unless she has openings. I'll let you know if she has openings. There's my disclaimer.
Just so you know, I don't think you've ever had her have an opening.
She did a while ago, but it's been a while. Oh, we were in Mayberry, so she gave us the little blip for the prompt, and then we kind of had to write our own prompt, which was kind of fun because you got to be a little bit creative. So the first prompt was about the rock skipping scene in the opening. So water, skipping rocks, shreds of popcorn hollow. Makes sense, right? Right. I did 308 stitches on this. This is on 28 count. I forget. This is not Cleveland fog. This is Lake Effect morning.
It's not crud either. It's too light.
It's somewhere between Lake Effect morning and Cleveland crud. I have finished my first block. I am only doing the blocks with the verses in them, and I'm doing them as individual blocks to finish them as individual little like styrofoam blocks. I have a plan for Hawthorne Hollow. Someday I'll get there. So I finished the first block. Isn't it pretty? And I'm working on the second block. Not all of this that you're progress that you're looking at, not that you remember. I think the last time you saw this, I had just to finish those 3 lines, and then I put in some words on this. I put in some more stitches on this today for a different prompt. Okay. Our second prompt was about how after the first season they decided that Barney wasn't going to be Andy's cousin in the show. So the first season he's cousin Barney, then after that he's not. So I thought, well, what's something that I planned one way, started it one way, and ended up going a different way? Santa House. For a variety of reasons, including the mistakes that I've made. That I just went with. Santa's house is on 14 count opalescence. Mountain Rose. I thought I stuck thingy to something in here, but I don't see it. So I believe it is Mountain Rose. Like I said, I thought I had stuck to something, but anyways. I did 340 stitches on it for that prompt, and then I also did it for a prompt for this week's prompts for something with mountain in it, with a mountain in it. So hold it still, Laura. So we have the living room. I forget what this block's called. Block almost done. There's some outlining on. I have to do the back stitch on the cat, and in the chimney, and on the clock. Yes, I have to do that back stitch, and then it's done. So that was, what did I tell you, 340 stitches and 230 and a half for the mountain. I started the mountain last night, the stitches for the mountain last night, and worked on it this morning. I'm a little discombobulated. One of the prompts was about how Andy Griffin and Don Knotts maintain their friendship all throughout the rest of Don Knotts' life. I did my secret stitching project for that. And then for the September monthly, it's all about candles. We had to stitch on something that moved slow. And since there's people in it, and people in dresses in it, people don't move all that fast. Even at their top speed, people don't move all that fast, and you ain't running at 38 miles or at 30 miles an hour in a dress. So I did 321 stitches on that, 533 stitches on it, and then 88 more stitches finished it. So it's done, but it's not FFO'd. When I FFO it and get it sent in the mail, when I get it FFO'd, before I send it in the mail to the person I'm sending it to, I'll take a little video clip of it, so that way when she gets it, I can put it in one of our videos. Did that make sense? I hope that made sense.
It made sense.
There it is. So we had to do a prompt based on the name, how Opie got his name in the Andy Griffith Show. It was based off of a 30s and 40s band leader that Andy Griffith and one of the show's writers really admired. So I went with the whole admiring something angle. And I decided, since the whole reason I fell in love with Raven Queen was because she reminded me of Regina from Once Upon a Time. I'm changing the whole teals to reds to make it even more Regina from Once Upon a Time. And I admire that woman's closet in that show, let me tell you. I want that woman's closet. She had some awesome wardrobes. I did 300 stitches even, actually. On Raven Queen. I know, we haven't seen her in a while. She is on 32 count Cleveland Crud. A dark Cleveland Crud. Made it a little bit darker than normal, but. And my stitches were right in here. That was a lot of solid black. Am I boring you? Because you look like I'm boring you.
No, my teeth are killing me.
Okay.
Sorry.
And then the final prompt for Mayberry Week was about how Andy Griffith and the lady that played, what's her name? Oh gosh, I can't remember now.
God bless you.
Thank you. Didn't actually get along off screen, but it looked great on screen. It looked like they have a fabulous little relationship on screen, but behind the scenes, it wasn't so great. I went with something that looks fabulous, finished, looks great and easy, but it's really actually very difficult.
Cross stitch. In general.
And that was my buffalo plaid silhouette, because it looks pretty easy and straightforward, and I mean, it's 4 colors, but the threads suck, and it's on plastic, which is a challenge in of itself. But I'm almost done, so I persevered quite well. I did. Okay, you can see that. I did 306 stitches on the wolf. The wolf is the last one to finish. So we're almost done with him. Showed you that one, and then so I showed you my first offering for the monthly. I basically did nothing but stitch Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, I kind of slept, so you had a more productive day than I did.
We had to stitch on something, candles. We had to stitch on something we thought might smell good. I don't know about y'all, but I think flowers smell pretty good.
Yeah.
So I worked on Plant Happiness. This is on a piece of white, I believe it's 14 count Ada. Of course, y'all know I'm doing all the crazy colors. I'm almost done with the circle of flowers.
Cool.
I did 512 1/4 stitches. On it. I did not do my stitch totals yet for the week, so I don't know how much I did total. I think it was like 2,500. something like that. I stitched a lot Saturday and Sunday. That is my stitching for the week. So, I do have a bit of haul, so let's move on to haul.
Yeah.
Haul. I finally bought myself some magnifying alien headgear.
Hey, honey.
What?
You now 6 eyes.
What?
6 eyes.
Oh, yeah, because I got glasses and magnifiers. I bought it more for the light than the magnifiers. I did buy the Octasuns that are rechargeable. Because everybody said that they're lighter than the ones with batteries, which is true. These are really light. I bought them more for the light though. And I bought them on sale on Amazon, so that's really the only reason I got them. I got a lightning deal offer on them, and it made it under $15 to buy them with taxes. So that is my haul. I'm one of the cool kids now. I have the alien headgear.
Hey, honey.
What?
I have the same thing, but it attaches to a table. Because there's actually a magnifying glass in the center of that thing.
Right. I have struggled with every light that attaches to your frame, that attaches over your shoulder, that it puts around.
I stole her attached to the frame one, actually. Where is that one, by the way?
Upstairs somewhere. This, it sits in it.
Ah!
And it bends. So it moves with my head, which is what I need. So that's all the haul. Not a lot of haul, but some. And I went and bought them if they weren't on sale. And they came in a nice, pretty yellow box that has a hole in it because Amazon.
This is the part where the dork hits the button. I'd like to introduce you to what I keep bumping into.
He's fucking. Okay, so I found these notebooks. Last year they were spiral bound. This year they're like glue bound. At Mark's, they're scratch and sniff. So you like rub this, and it smells like orange creamsicle. And I have a strawberry cupcake one, and I have a chocolate one at work. So when I'm stressed.
I've been taking a lot of naps. Like, I think I might actually go take a nap after this. Because of just everything going on.
It's only like 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
And somebody, every time I wake up, I come downstairs, I see her sniffing her notebook. And I'm like, and now you say you do it when you're stressed. It's like, is my presence stressful? Like, can you be coming? It's like, oh no. Gotta prepare.
Do you have plans for the week?
No.
Are you going to make me some shiny pebbles?
Maybe. I don't know. Right now,
Shiny pebbles. So,
eventually.
the reason I need shiny pebbles, in case you're wondering, Myth and Magic Stitching Wars, the clans are on, the Tour of the Kingdom. So each clan member has to do 500 stitches. You can substitute and somebody else do your stitches if need be, but you got to do 700, not 500. And you can take as long as you need to. When everybody gets to their 500, or when everybody gets to their stitch marks, you're visiting another clan. So we've already visited the Banshees. I think we go to the Werecats next. I don't remember. And the only reason I know that is because I'm following the clans that got there before us. After 3 clans, we need shiny pebbles for something. I don't remember what. But
I think like the bridge is out or something.
The troll bridge. There's a troll bridge, and we need to get the troll shiny pebbles. So, my villager is making us shiny pebbles because villagers have to make us shiny pebbles.
And just to be cute, I did to him. I said, "Here's a gift. Here's a gift. The sequel." I said something clever.
It was clever.
I'm a dork. If y'all watching this and you're, by the way, if you're not subscribed, subscribe. Since you made this far, I'm usually a lot more lively.
He's a lot more.
I had 6 teeth yanked out of my face. I have a bit of bone stuck in my face right now. I'm not exactly a happy camper.
So, Myth and Magic Stitching Wars is on tour until the end of October.
God bless you,
God
dog.
bless you. We both look at her and she looks at us. Okay. And then I started another game on Facebook. Another stitchy game on Facebook. The face. It is.
Wait, I need to mentally prepare.
Do you need to sniff the notebook to de-stress?
Here, I'll make it smell better for you.
It's called Crystal Academy. It's kind of got a Harry Potter, a very heavy Harry Potter feel to it. Yesterday, we started what they are calling Tribute Week, or Tribunal Week. Tribunal Vows Week. So we have to do 3 tests. We have all week to do them. The first one is however many stitches you stitch in 24 hours. I'm waiting until like tomorrow to do it so that I have a work day to judge it on and not like a day where I have nothing to do but sit around and stitch. I didn't feel like that would give a fair representation of my stitching. Test 3 is your total stitches for the whole week. I wrote that down wrong. The total stitches for the whole week. That's why I have a little notebook. I started a little notebook so I can keep track. The total stitches for the whole week. So however much you stitch for the whole week, you submit sometime before noon on Saturday of the 13th, I think it is. And then test 2, you have a couple of options. You can either
my OCD, by the way.
What?
You want 1, 3, 2.
I know, but test 2 has a lot of explanation to it.
I know, it still hurt my OCD.
We have to either stitch on. We have to choose to either stitch on something we love, something we despise, or all in one color. We have to pick 2 of those 3. Or the 4th option is to stitch a certain amount of stitches every single day. Yes, we already know the set stitch. So I'm going with 4 because I stitch every day anyways, so. And then, so if you join, obviously you will see this on Wednesday. You can still join if you like. You will not be sorted into one of the, I think it's 4 houses, to participate in some of the extra activities they're planning until the term is up, which is like 3 months from now. So, and then I'm not sure. I'm assuming that they're planning on doing like another sort of, if you're not already in a house, tribunal vows where you can be sorted into a house. It kind of feels like everybody who participates in this tribunal vows is going to get sorted into a house, so that way all of the houses have a variety of abilities in them. So you're not all one group of people who can stitch over 500 stitches a day, or all one group who struggles because you're grouped with people who don't stitch that much. It kind of spreads out stitching abilities. And I know that there's a couple of extras that'll be going along with as we go along. I probably won't be able to participate in those because I'm not a very strong stitcher. But we'll see.
Laura, then what am I? Barely stitcher?
Basically.
Hand gestures I can't make on Facebook. On YouTube. Where the hell is this?
This is YouTube. So I'm working on that this week, in addition to working on my daily 30s. And I like having those groups in addition to daily 30 because we don't have to stitch on something specific for Myth and Magic. We don't have to stitch on something specific for the Academy yet. I don't know if they're going to make us stitch on something specific at this point. I really don't. It's kind of fun. So for my daily 30 prompts, we got the September monthly Tuesday. It's candle themed. So stitch on something slow, stitch on something that smells good. I've got those two done. Stitch on something that reminds us of a good memory from our past.
You want to help with that one?
I'm thinking knee-high by the Hands-On Design.
That works. It's like every fucking summer of your life.
Pretty much. We have to stitch on something that we find relaxing. I'm like, that's like most of my projects are relaxing because that's why I stitch. So I went with Shores. I plugged Shores.
You read my mind.
Just because to
The
me,
ocean is very relaxing.
well, right, to me being by water is very relaxing. We have to stitch on something that we have under 1,000 stitches on it. So I've got 3 projects that, well, if I do knee-high for something that reminds me of my past, that's going to have more than 1,000 stitches on it.
Or you can do that prompt first.
True story. But I also have the White Pumpkin by the Bay, and I have Fresh Egg Farms, which I know I have under 1,000 stitches on it.
Well, you also have or no, you count all 4 of those coasters, don't you?
I'm pretty sure there's over 1,000 stitches on that one coaster. I could probably look. So I just kind of plugged White Pumpkin in there because we also have to stitch for a bonus. We have to stitch 750 stitches on something that doesn't smell so good. And chicken poop doesn't smell so good. Fresh Eggs Farm has a chicken on it. Chickens don't smell good.
So you also do the one with the barn?
What one with the barn?
The one you're seeing with the farm's house?
Yeah, because there's sheep on there. Sheep don't smell good. Barns don't
smell good.
Well, barns with animals don't smell good. If you're just walking up into the hayloft, that smells good. Hay smells good to me. I am such a farm girl. So I have a couple options for the last 2. I guess it'll just be whatever suits my fancy when I get there. And then for the weekly prompts, we are visiting Uluru. I probably said that wrong. Aussie friends, correct me. In Australia. More widely known as Ayers Rock, but regionally they've been using the Aboriginal name for it because the Aboriginal people own the rock, and only Aboriginal people are allowed on the rock. On the mountain. It's like a mountain that was, it's a really interesting geographical. I never realized this about it. But the way it was like quote unquote carved is by water off-flowing the earth around it, and that's kind of what gives it that look. So all of these connect to it. A lot of them connect to the Aboriginal origins of it because it's a sacred place to the Aboriginal people in the area, the natives in the area.
Is there no trespassing, I'm assuming?
Yes, but people still try to climb it. It's something like, I think it's been illegal for a non-Aboriginal person to climb it since like 1950s, and I think like 50-some people have died still trying since then. So the first prompt is to stitch on something where one thing is taller than another thing in the project. I haven't figured out what that is yet.
Santa house. Santa's taller than Mrs. Claus. The trees are all different heights. The elves are all different heights. The houses are all different heights.
Mm-hmm.
The mountains are all different heights. Where are you going?
I was looking for some variation in my stitching.
The flagpole's taller than the lady of the flag.
Sure.
I mentioned the lady. I can think of another one.
What?
Actually, I really can't type anything. Good try.
Okay. We have to stitch on a project that has personal significance. That's probably going to be a pick your project because most of my projects have personal significance to them.
Uh-huh.
And we have to stitch on a project with no vegetation on it. That was kind of challenging. That's actually what Shores of Hawkrun Hollow is for. Because the block I'm working on is the moon and the stars, and there's no vegetation in that block.
You want a couple other ones?
There's vegetation on Lady of the Flag. She's holding flowers.
The flag.
In the project.
Huh?
Okay. Then we have to stitch on our project that is closest to done.
No, I meant the project, the flag. I can't remember the name of it.
Oh, One Nation. Well, technically those stars are flowers. The motifs, they're flowers.
Oh, wow. Okay, here's this part I thought.
Yeah, I know. The stitch on our project that's closest to being done. I'm pretty sure that that's buffalo plant silhouette. I'm pretty sure that's the closest thing I have to being done. I already told you my offering for something with a mountain, which is Santa's. And then as a bonus, we have to stitch in red floss, all red floss. One Nation is about the only thing I have that has all red floss in it, unless I do some stitches on dragons. Which I'm not gonna do.
No, my baby.
But I'm not sure if I'm where I can do stitches on One Nation in red floss. So I might have to skip the bonus prompt for the week. Well, shall see. That's the plans for the week. I think plans lasted longer than whips. What do we want people to do, honey?
Oh, you want me to start stuff? Okay. That works too. Like, favorite, subscribe, comment, bell notification, thinking me bobby, whatever the heck that is. The YouTube stuff.
All the typical YouTube stuff. We hope you have a great week, and we will. Oh. Excuse me. Sorry. It's always great when you burp in the middle of talking. We hope you guys have a great week. We will see you next week.
Bye.